When AOL hooked up with Time Warner in 2001, it was at first billed as probably the best thing since maybe sliced bread, but the marriage was a disaster. AOL now a new and a single company, trading all on its own. Here now to explain what's going on, Richard Fetyko. He is a managing director of Merriman Curhan Ford Co. and an expert in the world of the Internet. Richard, good to have you with us. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Explain what's going on with this AOL turnaround, because you say that they look at the media business, because there are a couple different businesses with AOL,
right,
the AOL media business as core to the turnaround, and explain, is that really going to square with what's going on with the subscriber base?
Yeah, it's not that easy to decouple the two, and I think a lot of people don't realize that, is that the subscription part of the business, which has been the bread and butter for many years, it remains the major part of revenues, and really majority of the profits come from the internet dial-up subscription business. Believe it or not, there's still over 5 million subscribers to their dial-up internet access business. But that's a cash cow that generates majority of the company's cash flow. But on top of that, and that's declining 25–30% a year, and it's continue. I mean,
secular decline.
That's a dead business we know within 5–6 years, with broadband penetration rising, wireless internet access, and so forth. But what a lot of people don't realize is that majority of the traffic on the AOL media side of the business, where they have 80 sites or websites or so.
Like a MapQuest, for example, right? That's a key mapping technology.
Right. Majority or a good chunk of the traffic, we estimate 30–50% of the traffic on those sites actually comes from the subscription business and the subscribers themselves. So as that business declines in terms of, subscribers, the traffic on the AOL media sites will also continue to decline, and that presents very major challenge for Tim Armstrong and his team to turn this company around. And he's basing his strategy around the media side of the business, but he's going to have very strong headwinds, and we don't see revenue growth, really, we don't see the end of revenue slide until 2012 or so.
Now, you've taken a look at the various AOL businesses, and you say that it's the AOL ad network that they ought to be focusing on. Explain how the AOL ad network actually works.
Sure. I mean, in the ad network, AOL acquired advertising.com in 2005, just before advertising.com was going to go public, and it remains the largest ad network in the U.S., really in the world. And what they do there, they basically sell the advertising space on their own sites, but also on a number of other second and third tier websites, the unsold inventory, advertising inventory on third-party websites. They package it, they help advertisers essentially reach hundreds of millions of users.
So they're like ad brokers?
Like ad brokers, yeah, it's a very good analogy. And that's a business that's the least dependent on the subscription side of the business. So logically, that to me would be the first business that they can turn around and the easiest one to turn around. But that unfortunately is not part of Tim Armstrong's strategy. And in fact, what we've seen in 2009 is actually a shift from site buying, meaning advertisers aren't buying on AOL and Yahoo and MSN anymore, to audience buying. They're buying, wherever the audience is, because the audience keeps getting fragmented more and more. So it doesn't matter if I reach them at Yahoo or AOL or MSN. I could reach them on the second and third tier website at a fraction of the cost and get the same results. So what we're seeing is a big shift in ad budget allocations from site buying to audience buying, which plays right into the sweet spot of the ad network. So that's another reason, secular reason, why they should be focusing on the ad network business, but they're not. All
right, but you say that there's been some high-level turnover in the ad business, so that may be one of the reasons why they're unable to focus on that segment.
Well, I mean, AOL has been struggling with management and employee turnover throughout the last 3 or 4 years. So it's a headwind across all the segments. So it's very difficult. I mean, they've had Salesforce turnover in the ad network business. They've lost a lot of clients because it's still a high-touch customer service business, and so those relationships, unfortunately, have been hurt through the turnover that they've had. I mean, they've had top management turnover, and then obviously that leads to middle management turnover and so forth. So there's just been too many shifts in strategy that left a lot of employees very disengaged, frankly.
Now, Richard, you've got a discounted cash flow model that says the stock might be worth 25, but you say it's really more like 15, and hence you've got a sell rating on the shares, right?
Yeah, we rate the stock sell for a few reasons. I mean, it's just like I said, any way we cut it, the subscription business is going to zero in the next 5 to 10 years. I think it's clear to everyone that dial-up is dead. In fact, the actual network, the phone lines out there, I mean, they're on the decline themselves. So it's a declining technology to begin with. But so we don't see any growth in the company until 2012. The largest cash flow source is declining, and so yeah, maybe it's worth $25 a share if the management can cut $300 million out of the cost.
But right now, a sell rating and about $15 a share. Richard,
that's where we would be buying it, and that's where you get enough.
Thank you very much coming in from